months of music. We're going to talk about how you play a song called "Put Your Lights On" by Santana featuring Everlast. And it starts off with some really cool chord hits actually, and it starts on an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the G second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now around A minors in general, you're definitely hear this lick to an A sus2. You may want to lift the first finger on the A minor and make that an A sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string third fret for an A suspended chord and kind of say some things around A minors. Or you may want to dig on lifting the third finger and making that an A minor 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7. Kind of working those options for an A minor. And then from the A minor we'd be going to a C major chord. And all you really have to do from the A minor is to kind of move the third finger to the A string third fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord and sounds really happy. You hear some cool hits actually in general around C's. It can be cool to lift the first finger and make that a C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string third for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C. You kind of hear this cool little hit where you can take the C, go to the C major 9, and then we go back to the C, and then to the C major 7. We'll talk more about that later on. But then we go to a G major chord, and normally you do this first finger on the A second finger on the low E third finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. And you will hear this cool little hit where you may want to lift off the third finger and make that a G major 13, kind of have a neat note to it. Or another way to play the G would be doing third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your G major. And then you can lift off the pinky there for the G major 13. And then from the G we'd be going to an F major chord. And normally you do this as a first fret bar. And we'll talk about some easier options here too. But then second finger on the G second, third finger on the A third, pinky on the D third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord and it sounds really happy. And if you're just starting out, though, a good substitute for that can be F major 7, where you do the first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the G second, third finger on the D third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7 chord and it sounds really groovy happy. And then from the F we'd be going to an E major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the G second fret, or first fret, second finger on the A second, third finger on the D second fret, so first, second. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around E's in general, sometimes I like adding in the pinky on the G second fret, making that an E suspended chord to kind of say some things. Or you may want to lift off the third finger and make it an E7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B third for an E7. Kind of work those options for you. And on the F and E, actually, it's kind of weird. The F kind of happens and the E kind of anticipates it a little bit. So there's a lot of different strumming options actually for this. One way to work it would be doing just downs actually. Kind of the A minor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, G 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when you get to that F and E, you may want to do kind of an F 2, 3, and then the E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So kind of a 3 plus 5 I'd be on the F. E, A minor, A down, C, G, F, E. If you kind of dig on that. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the A minor and just tried that a lot to be really slow pace for this tune, kind of an A minor, down, up, down, 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 down. So we tried that through our intro and our chorus progression. We have the A minor, C, this is the weird part when you do that F, E, you may want to do the F with a down, down, and then hit the E with the up, down, and kind of split that strum pattern. If that seems really weird to you, you could kind of even it out and just do a down, down up on each of those chords. But I think doing the F with a down, downing on the up, down might match the recording a little bit. So A minor, C, trick there actually. And while you're on the F, if you're doing the bar F, you could lift the bar and just slide 2 and 3, 4 down to get your E major. So if you dig on that, silly tricks with most of them. It's A minor, C, G, F, E. Now another strum pattern, which really kind of matches the feel of the tune, though, is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the A minor and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 down. Now the weird part about that F and E change is you may want to do the F with a down, 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 and then hit the E on the up, down, down, up, down. Kind of dig on that strum pattern. F, down, down, E on the up, down, down, down. So all the way through the progression that way, you got the A minor, down, 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 C, G, F, down, 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 E on the up, down, 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 A minor, C, like in the recording is kind of a variation on that, and if you're kind of digging on trying to match the recording exactly, you'd have the A minor, and we'd start out with a down, and then a down, up, down, and then we go to an A sus2 for an up, and then we go back to the A minor for a down, down, up, down, up. So you got down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, down, A sus2 on the up, A minor, down, down, up, down, up. And then for the C, we do a down, go to the C major 9 with the pinky for a down, up, up, and then go back to the C for an up, and then the C major 7, lifting the first finger, for an up, down, up. So on the C, you'd have down, C major 9, down, up, C major 7, up, down, up, C down, C major 9, down, up, C major 7, up, down, up. Kind of digging on that. And then for the G, you do a down, and then a down, up, and then lift off the pinky for the G major 13, up, down, up, down, up. So on the G, you got down, up, G major 13, up, down, up, down, up. And on the F, you go down, up, up, and then hit the E for a down, up, down, up, down. So on the F, E, you got down, up, E, down, down, down. So all together that way. We have the A minor, down, A minor, down, C down, C major 9, down, C major 7, up, down, G down, G major 13, up, E. Working it that way too. And then we basically repeat that twice for our intro and then 4 times for our main chorus up front. And then we go into our verse part. And our verse just kind of alternates between the A minor to the E major chord. So you can do that with any of those strumming options, actually. Kind of the A minor, doing the downs, kind of working the A down count can be a cool way to work it. I'm adding a little bit of muting to that, so I'm kind of putting my right hand down a little bit on the saddle. Or E, or you can kind of work it down, down, up, down, up. E major, A minor, E major, or you could work your 16th idea. Around these chords. Really want to kind of mix it up a little bit with this other strumming. Feel free to take this lesson and kind of run with it any way you want to. And then we end up repeating that A minor, E 4 times, and then we go into our bridge part. And on our bridge part, there's this cool little bass line actually where you can start 3rd on the A string, 4th on the A string, 3rd on the low E string, 1st foot on the low E string, and then open E. And we do that 3 times, kind of a C note, C sharp note, G note, F note, E note, C, C, C sharp, G, F, E, C, C sharp, G, F, and then back to the E. If you wanted to make that really heavy, you could back it up with some power chords by starting on a C5 power chord. So you do 1st finger on the A 3rd, 3rd finger on the D 5th fret, kind of work that as a C5 power chord. And then for the C sharp note, you can take that shape and slide it over 1 fret. So now I got 4th on the A, 3rd finger on the D 6th fret for a C sharp 5. And then for the G note, you could do a G5 power chord, 1st finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the A 5th, for G5, just strumming just the E and the A strings. And then from there, for the F, you can do the F5 power chord, 1st finger on the low E 1st, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret, for an F5 power chord. And then for the E, you can do an E5 power chord by doing open E and 2nd on the A, or you may want to try and jump to 7 on the A, 3rd finger on the D9, which would be kind of cool. Might be kind of a crazy, cool jump to try and make. So if we tried it that way, kind of through that bass line, we'd have that C, C sharp, G, F, E, C, C sharp, G, F, E, C, C sharp, G, F, E, or you can make it bigger by working some bigger chords. And another way to work your C major chord is actually kind of as a bar on 3rd fret, 3rd finger over the D, G, and B. And to make it really thick, you could work that for your C major. And then for the C sharp, you could just take that shape, slide it over 1 fret. So now I got 4th fret bar, 3rd finger over the D, G, and B, kind of working a C sharp 5. And if you wanted to, for the G, you could do it almost like an F shape, but on 3rd fret for the bar, 2nd finger on the G 4th, 3rd finger on the A 5th, pinky on the D 5th, and then kind of work your F major shape, and then your E major shape for the E chords. So all the way through it that way, you have kind of that C, C sharp, G, F, E, C, C sharp, G, F, E, C, C sharp, G, from there, then we'll be going back into kind of our main chorus idea. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, with the down, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the C, you'd have A for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the F bar, you have low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you'd have the D for the bass. And on the E major, you have the low E string for the bass. It that way, kind of just bass down down, up, down, up. The weird part is where the F-E splits. And you want to do kind of a bass down, up on each of those chords. Or you can kind of work it with that split pattern idea. F with the bass, and down, E still, and up, down. So you have A minor, down, up, down, C with an A bass, G with low E bass, F with bass, down E on the up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, G with low E bass, down, down, F with the bass, down E on the up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th idea, you could work basses into that as a bass, down, down, up, down, down, or bass, bass, down, up, down, down, or bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down. So, and then the weird part is the F and E, so you have the bass, down, E on the up, bass, down, down. So F bass, down, E on the up, bass, down, down. So A minor, C, G, F, A minor, C, or you could try adding basses to the intro we talked about. Kind of a cool thing to try too. And then we repeat that 3 times, and then we go into our main verse idea again. So back to our A minor, and you could work basses into this too. You could work the bass down, up, down, up. The A minor, E major, A minor, E major. Or if you're thinking on the 16th, and then A minor, E major, A minor, E major. Repeat that phrase twice, and then we go into our outro, which is just like our intro, actually, back to that A minor. Kind of a big A minor at the end. Now, randomly, Santana is the man. and the clouds opened up, and the rain stopped at Woodstock for Santana, because he's the man. All right, so, but there's lots of really cool lead licks. I'm sure you could find some good tab if you kind of look around for it. But the basic scale that you could use to solo or to make up licks would be an A minor pentatonic scale. And if you're kind of interested in that, you'd start 5th on the low E string for pattern 1, 8th fret on the low E, and then we'd have A string 5 and 7, D string 5 and 7, G string 5 and 7, B string 5 and 8, and then high E 5 and 8. So we're really only playing 5 notes. It's called a pentatonic scale, penta for 5. So you got A, C, and D, and E, and then G, and then we're starting over again. A, and C, and D, and E, and G, and A, and C. And last week, actually, I posted a video on how you could solo a lot with A minor pentatonic. So you may want to go check that out if you want some pentatonic licks, working hammer-ons, pull-off licks. Talked about slide licks in that video, bends, double stops, working 2 notes at the same time, patterns of 3, patterns of 4 kind of stuff. So there's lots of crazy cool technical and grammatical things you can do, kind of thinking of that scale as your alphabet. The main thing is to try and make up stuff. Find some words that you like. Or what can also be a cool scale, especially over the chorus progression, actually over the first progression, actually, is an A harmonic minor scale. If you kind of dig on that, you'd start 5 on the low E, 7 on the low E, and then 8 on the low E. So kind of an A, B, and a C note. And then on the A string you have 5, 7, and then 8. So kind of a D and an E and an F note. But then on the D string, you go to 6th fret for a G sharp, 7th fret for an A, and then 9th fret for a B, and then we go 5th fret on the G for a C note, 7 for a D, 9 for an E note, but then we go 6th fret on the B string for an F, but then we jump to 9th fret on the B for a G sharp, and then an A note on the B string 10, 7 on the high E, 8 on the high E, and then 10 on the high E for a B and a C and a D. So you're going 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 5, 7, 9, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 10. It can be a very, very cool scale to play around with. And you could take a lot of those same licks. Actually, I was overviewing with pentatonic, actually hammer on licks in that scale. I'll miss my F sharp there. You know, pull off licks. Slide licks. So if you're interested in kind of playing some lead over it or jamming over it, that can be a very, very cool scale to play around with. And one way I kind of play around with, especially if you don't have the recording, or you know, if you're just on your own with your guitar, sometimes you could play the A minor chord, for instance, make up a lick in the scale, and then play the next chord, play the next chord, and then lick. So you're kind of alternating. In a way, actually, kind of the concept of chord idea, make up something in the scale, chord, make something up in the scale, chord, make up something in the scale, chord, make up something in the scale. So that might be kind of cool to kind of play around with that idea too. Kind of work out some rhythm thing. Actually, it's really complex there. You can make it really complex really quick. But that's the basics of how you can strum through it, kind of make up some lead licks and jam to Putting Your Lights On. Put your lights on! And do put your lights on if it's dark outside. By Santana featuring Everlast. So good luck!